everyone, and welcome to this training on sustainable transportation and e-mobility. Today, we're going to explore why cleaner, more efficient transport solutions are essential and how municipalities can effectively plan and implement them. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand the importance of sustainable transportation and e-mobility, plan effectively for charging infrastructure, recognize how to ensure accessibility in sustainable transport solutions, and implement strategies for promoting e-mobility and engaging with stakeholders and the public. Importance of sustainable transportation and e-mobility. Transportation is responsible for around 25% of Europe's greenhouse gas emissions, making it one of the biggest contributors to climate change. By transitioning to sustainable and electric mobility, we gain four major advantages. Firstly, environmental benefits, including reduced greenhouse gas emissions, especially when electric vehicles run on renewable energy, and better air quality with fewer nitrogen oxides and particulates in city centers. Secondly, electric mobility brings economic benefits such as lower individual costs by using public transport, carpooling, and cycling, and a boost in local innovation and job creation in electric vehicle technologies, alternative fuels, and modernized public transport. Thirdly, social benefits such as improved public health owing to reduced pollution and accidents from fewer cars on the road, enhanced quality of life with quieter streets, reduced congestion, and more public spaces, and greater inclusivity through accessible and well-designed public transport. And finally, supporting climate goals, meeting short and long-term EU targets for emissions reduction and cleaner urban environments. Developing sustainable transport at the municipal level. Building a sustainable transport system involves strategic planning, infrastructure, and coordination. The key steps that you can take are as follows. Assess the current situation, analyze transport patterns, congestion hotspots, and energy use. Set clear goals and targets, define measurable objectives for emission cuts and use of cleaner travel modes. Engage with the public and raise awareness. Conduct workshops, local events, and online campaigns for inclusive decision-making. Invest in public transport infrastructure. Expand and modernize bus, tram, and rail networks to encourage ridership. Promote active transport. Develop safe sidewalks, bike lanes, and mixed land use neighborhoods. Encourage low emission and shared mobility. Provide incentives for carpooling, car sharing, and electric vehicle fleets. Implement land use and urban planning reforms. Zone for mixed-use developments to reduce unnecessary travel. Offer incentives for behavioral change. Provide tax breaks, subsidies, or parking privileges for electric vehicles and shared mobility users. Start small with pilot projects. Test and refine innovative solutions in targeted areas before broader implementation. Collaborate with regional and national authorities. Align local actions with higher-level policies and resources. And monitor and adjust. Continuously review outcomes, gather feedback, and update strategies. Challenges in urban areas with high-rise apartment blocks. Urban areas with high-rise buildings face specific challenges. Firstly, limited space, difficulty finding locations for charging stations, bike lanes, and parking. Secondly, energy demand and grid capacity. Local power grids may require upgrades to handle rising electric vehicles usage. Thirdly, accessibility and inclusivity. Charging stations must be equitable, affordable, and conveniently located. Fourthly, environmental impact. Dense populations can mean more concentrated pollution and noise. And finally, urban planning and policy. Coordinating zoning and policies across multiple departments to support clean mobility. Planning charging infrastructure. With the growing number of electric vehicles, accessible and reliable charging infrastructure is critical. Firstly, there are electric vehicles adoption trends. Rapidly increasing demand for charging points underscores the need for widespread coverage. Secondly, when it comes to charging infrastructure, accessibility and convenience are very important. Well-placed chargers in public, residential, and commercial areas ensure people can readily charge their vehicles. Additionally, affordability initiatives, subsidies, grants, and innovative pricing can help make charging more widely available. Fourthly, it is important to consider grid capacity. Smart charging and power grid upgrades can balance out demand and use renewables. And finally, streamlining permitting and construction. Digital platforms and uniform regulations can speed up approvals and reduce confusion. One-stop shops centralize the permitting process for chargers. building capacity for municipalities to support e-mobility. Local governments play a vital role in advancing e-mobility. Firstly, by ensuring professional training. They can offer specialized courses for urban planners and technical staff on electric vehicles infrastructure and funding avenues. Secondly, policy planning and support, aligning municipal strategies with EU frameworks such as the European Green Deal and national e-mobility directives, and providing local regulations that incentivize electric vehicle adoption, for example, electric taxis or logistics fleets. Thirdly, local governments can build capacity by resource allocation, tapping into EU funding, for example, Recovery and Resilience Facility or Connecting Europe Facility, for building charging networks and electrifying public transport. And finally, public-private partnerships, collaborating with businesses for technology, equipment, and investment, and pursuing innovation partnerships for smart solutions like vehicle-to-grid and integrated mobility apps. Ensuring accessibility of sustainable transport. Sustainable transport must serve everyone, taking into account different needs and mobility patterns. For example, gender aspects. Research shows women often rely more on public transport and are more sensitive to safety concerns. Providing well-lit, secure, and easily accessible transport stations encourages broader use. And inclusivity and universal design. Ensuring charging stations, transit stops, and bike paths are accessible for all ages and abilities, and incorporating user-friendly interfaces and signage to remove barriers. Community engagement and awareness. Securing community buy-in is essential for a successful clean mobility transition. First, public awareness campaigns. Leverage social media, local events, and partnerships with schools to illustrate the benefits of sustainable transport. Second, incentives. Offer tax benefits, grants, or recognition programs to encourage citizens and companies to adopt greener travel habits. Third, infrastructure development. Collaborate with local businesses and residents to identify the best locations for charging stations, bike lanes, and public transit improvements. Fourth, collaborations and partnerships. Work with NGOs, neighborhood associations, and tech companies for tailored solutions that address community needs. And fifth, monitoring and evaluation. Regularly collect feedback, usage data, and performance metrics to refine policies and ensure ongoing improvements. In conclusion, sustainable transportation and e-mobility are not merely trends. They're key components of a healthier environment, a robust economy, and better living standards. By coordinating efforts across government, businesses, and community stakeholders, we can establish a future where electric vehicles, accessible public transport, and active travel all work together toward cleaner, greener communities. Thank you for joining us in this overview of sustainable transportation and e-mobility. Remember, every choice we make, whether it's riding a bike or switching to an electric car, is a step toward a better tomorrow.